Hey, it's your boy Coach Richie, and today I am going to be talking to you about how you, as a business owner, as a startup entrepreneur, as a leader, how you can acquire talent acquisition and retention. All right, I'm gonna say that one more time for those in the back. Y'all ain't hearing me, okay? I'm gonna reiterate, I'm gonna repeat, okay? I'm outside, I'm chilling. So I want to make sure that you hear me clearly. This video is for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to acquire talent acquisition, okay? And it first starts with one simple word. Take out a piece of paper, take out a pen, take out a pencil, and get ready to take notes, all right? The first word is standard, all right? Standard, okay? You need to have, there we go. You need to have a standard, okay? Whenever it comes to acquiring talent, or in other words, acquiring employees to work in your business, to work in your team, and to help you out in your business, okay? You first need to have a standard. Now, what is a standard? A standard is simply a non-negotiable that is in your business. So you need to create a list of non-negotiable rules, okay, that your employees can easily follow and that reflect your brand, that reflects your ideology, and that reflects what you represent in the marketplace, okay? I'm gonna give you a good example. So, all right. Say for instance, you have someone that comes into your brand or comes into your team, okay? That comes into your business. This person needs to have energy, okay? Energy is a standard, okay? So you as a business owner, you want to acquire talent, okay? Talent acquisition, okay, and retention. You need to have a standard. You need to have rules, right? You need to have a list of standards, your non-negotiables, and you need to characterize each and every standard that you are going to implement in your business. So this person comes into your business, they need to have energy, okay? Where does energy come from? Energy comes from movement, and energy comes from what you focus on, okay? Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. So energy comes from where your mind is focused at and your physiology, your movement, okay? I'm reminded when I was at my first Tony Robbins event a few weeks ago in Miami Beach, and it was an incredible experience because I was able to understand myself more better as an entrepreneur. And I was able to understand that how I move my body, like whenever I do this, whenever I'm speaking and I'm all of this, it's me energizing myself. And whenever I energize myself, I put myself in a mental state, okay? This is key, write this down. So you need to understand how you move, okay? Where is your focus aiming towards? Because wherever your focus goes, your energy flows, okay? So energy is a good characteristic, or in other words, a standard that you as a business owner, you can write down as one of your non-negotiables, okay? Another example, I'm just giving you guys simple examples, right? Another example, you want loyal team members, okay? Loyalty is a standard. So anyone that comes into your business, you need to vet them. You need to test them out. Okay, do you have energy? Are you loyal? Are you able to not fold under pressure? Are you able to remain with me through the good times and the bad times? You need to understand the people that you are allowing to come into your business. and they need to follow your standards, because if they do not follow your standards, you are going to end up putting up with their standards, okay? And that's not what you want as a business owner. Lastly, okay, the other one, energy, loyalty, right? Are they loyal? Another one can be what? Detailed, okay? Detailed. Is the person detailed, right? Is the person persnickety, right? These are certain things that you need to vet. Your standards may be different, okay? For me in my business, I have the motto called Scream. Okay? Anyone who has worked with me, and I've had people work with me before, right, in my business. Anybody that has worked with me, they understand what Scream means, right? Scream, S stands for service. C stands for commitment, or in other words, connection. I gotta be connected with you, right? R stands for respect. I respect you, you respect me. I do not tolerate disrespect, all right? E stands for energy. You gotta have energy. And it's not just rah-rah. It's you understanding the standards that you want to acquire in your business and making sure that the people that come inside of your ecosystem, they follow those standards, okay? A is for being authentic to yourself, to others, and M stands for mission, right? Now, this is how we can really understand the concept of talent acquisition. It is simply by setting up a standard. A lot of business owners, they get it wrong because they want to impose standards on other people, but the standard starts with you, business owner. The standard starts with you. You need to be someone that is really high on energy. You need to be someone that is loyal. You need to be someone that is detailed. These are just examples. You need to be someone that actually serves. You need to be someone who is committed. You need to be someone that demands respect. You need to be energetic. You need to be authentic. And you need to be mission focused. So the standard, it starts with you. So I want you to ask yourself some questions. What story do you want your business to project in the marketplace? Do you want people to see you as someone who charges premium value? Do you want to be someone who wants to project the image that you are always on time? Do you want to be someone that projects the image in the marketplace that you are always client focused? And if you do not like where you are at right now, you can always change the circumstance. You can always change the story. But the business, the standard, it first starts with you. Okay? And as you are building your business, as you are scaling, as you are growing, you will start somewhere and you will build. It is okay to start there, but it is not okay to stay there. Let that sink in. You see where I'm at right now? And I'm taking myself as an example, so that you can relate and be like, hey, you know what? No, I see what Coach Richie is doing. I've realized that there's some standards that I want to achieve in my business, but I haven't really achieved it yet because I'm becoming. And becoming, it takes time, right? Becoming, it takes time. Becoming isn't a one-time quick fix. You want to become the person that can attract talent in your business. But becoming, it takes time, right? To become someone that is high quality, to become someone that is punctual, to become someone that presents $1 million brand, it takes time. And one of the things that I've realized is that the way that I show up, that's the way that the marketplace is going to perceive me. And that is the way that people that are interested in coming into my ecosystem, that's how they are going to perceive me. So if I'm showing up and my hair isn't done and my hair isn't well kept, that is exactly who I am going to attract in my world. This is my world right here, okay? This is my ecosystem. It's how I present myself, my self-image, okay? My self-image causes the attraction, and my intellectual property causes the attraction. So if I want high quality people in my business, I need to be someone that is high quality. If I want people to come in and I want people that aren't fools, that aren't going to play around but are serious people, I need to be serious. I need to display that characteristic. I need to project that so that whenever people come to me, they're like, hey, you know what? No, he's serious. He has a self-image that attracts us. And he has intellectual property that I want to submit under. That is how you acquire talent in your business. People like people who are just like them. In NLP, we call this modeling. Okay, NLP, people like people who are just like them. Okay? People like people who are just like them. And for you to retain the people that is in your business, all right? We're talking about talent acquisition and retention. You need to pour into the people that come to you, okay? And to retain the people that is in your business, you need to pour into them. People love leaders who pour into them, okay? So whenever you have a business, you need to pour your energy into the people that you are serving as you are becoming, because becoming takes time, right? But you need to pour out your energy to people who are serving you. Okay? What do I mean by that? I mean, whatever you pour out comes back in. Okay? Whatever you pour out as a business owner, it comes back in. So say for instance, you have a whole swamp of people, all right? You have a whole swamp of people in your business, in your organization, in your company, right? All of these are people, right? All of these are people, right? They come in your ecosystem because they, number one, they see themselves growing, right? And number two, they see themselves becoming just like you. So if you are not presenting a standard in your team, they're going to end up leaving. And if you do not pour into them, they are going to end up leaving. Or in other words, they are going to treat it as a 9 to 5, a job. And you do not want that. You want people that are faithful, you want people that are committed, and you want people that can get the job done, and people that are talented, and you can retain them. You retain them by growing. Always growing intellectually. Always growing by who you are becoming and pouring into them. People work with mentors and leaders over the money. The money's nothing. If you can sell a vision, and if you can sell your ideologies and pour into your team, they are going to stay faithful to you. It's guaranteed. Invest in people according to their capacity. Write that down. There is a parable in the Bible of an owner who owned a lot of talents. He gave one of his servants 5 talents. He gave another one of his servants 2 talents. And then he gave one last servant 1 talent. He went on a trip and he said, "Where's my 5 talents?" The person who had 5 doubled it and made some more talents. The person who had 2 doubled it and made some more talents. But the person who had 1, what did he do? He buried his gift and he missed out on the opportunity to grow other talents because he was afraid. What does that have to do with talent acquisition and retention? What that has to do with talent acquisition and retention, the person that you pour more into, watch this, you are going to have double the return on investment. Because as you grow as a leader, you pour into your team members so they can make more leaders under you. Ooh, this is so good. The person who invests 2 of his talents to that one manager made some more. But the person who's just invested just a tiny bit, he made nothing. He still invested, but he never invested his all. What does that have to do with the whole parable, right? And there's many interpretations. I'm just doing it so that you can understand the main concept of this whole video. The more you pour into your team, the more they make more leaders. But the leader first starts with yourself. Today, I had the opportunity to watch a video, and I'm going to conclude with this whole concept of talent acquisition and retention. One of my coaches by the name of Sophie, right? He's been a coach of mine for a few years. I appreciate him. Sophie, if you are watching this video, I love you. I appreciate you, man, for being in my life. But back to the video. Calm down, Coach Richie. My coach, he sent me a video, and I watched the video. It was a homeless person who went to an environment. He went to a Grant Cardone event. All right, everyone knows who Grant Cardone is. This homeless person didn't have the funds to make it to the event. So he took out 2 loans. Asked me how he was able to get approved. I don't know. But he raised up the money. He used his creativity and raised up the money. He came to the event, and guess who was at the event? People who he wanted to be like. Okay? Grant Cardone calls him up. He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" He raised his hand. He was like, "I have a question. I literally slept in my car. I didn't have the money. I took out a loan. just to come to this event. This is where I'm at in life. I'm stuck. I'm homeless. What should I do? Then Grant starts to coach him, and Grant says, hey, you know what? What you need to do is you need to figure out how you are going to raise up money by the end of this event. The moment Grant says that, guess what? A majority of people who was already at the event, out of nowhere, started to give him money. Money just started to flow in this guy's hands. Now you're like, Coach Richie, okay, what does that have to do with talent acquisition and retention? You still missed the point. The point is when you put yourself in an environment, okay, my therapist told me, Richie, whatever you want to manifest, whatever your heart desires, put yourself in the predicament. Put yourself where what you desire is happening, and out of nowhere, something is going to occur. But just use your curiosity. Be curious. Look out there. There's a lot of talented people that are waiting to be hired, that are waiting to join your ecosystem. But it's not going to start with doing stuff online or throwing out an Indeed application. It's deeper than that. People want connection. People want to be able to go into an ecosystem and come back and get a return on investment. But you do that by putting yourself in the right environments so that the talent can come to your business. And not only that, as you are growing and as you are building yourself, you are able to retain the people that are coming in your ecosystem and that are already in your ecosystem by personal growth. So Richie, I'm stuck, coach. I can't have good people in my team. It's a struggle trying to find good people to bring on my team. It's a struggle to retain them. What's the key, Richie? What is the solution? The solution is grow. As you grow and as you become, you will attract who you are becoming, because people like people who are just like them, and people are attracted by not what you have, but it is by who you've become. It's your boy, Coach Richie, and today I want you to start acquiring talent the right way. Bye-bye.